Where 2 and 3 are gathered in my name, there I will be among you. Think about that. The name thing. Are we just gathered with the sounds? The sounds we're saying? Jesus Christ. Sounds. We say with our mouth. Are we just saying sounds? We're gathered around saying the sounds, Jesus Christ. We could say grass of blade and tree forest, and it would be about the same. It's the same exact thing. We're just saying sounds. He doesn't say where 2 or 3 are gathered around saying specific sounds, there I will be. He didn't say that. Name. There's something in a name. It's Adam's gift, right? The name. We have the ability to name things. Where the name is just the symbol for the actual thing. And the actual thing of Jesus is like he said, be ye not hearers of the word only, but be ye doers of the word. If you do the stuff, you'll know the things you learn from doing stuff. You learn things from doing the stuff. Be ye not hearers of the word only, but doers of the word. Sometimes I think the doings are prescriptions, like do these things and you'll understand. Sometimes I think these things are metrics. Oh, I know where I am on the path based on the things that I'm doing. Maybe it's both. Maybe it's a balance. But the name, when 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, not when 2 and 3 are gathered in the sounds of what you think my name is. When 2 or 3 are gathered in my name. Well, what does Jesus represent? What does it mean? What does it all mean? And I think that's the important part. So when 2 or 3 are gathered in the Jesus doings, right? The Jesus thinkings, but you can't think the Jesus things unless you're doing the Jesus doings. It's both. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and that not of yourselves, it is a gift of God. For by grace are you saved. You're saved. You're put on the right path through the grace of God. It had nothing to do with you or me or anyone, just like by the loving grace of God. Somehow you stumbled upon this path, the path of Jesus. You're saved. You are on the path now, but on the path means doing the doings. By the grace of God, you stumbled upon these doings. Hallelujah. Thank and praise God that you stumbled upon these doings. But we need to be doing the doing. I mean, but you're not doing the doings if you're not doing the doings. Like, you haven't stumbled upon the path if you're not doing the doings. The doings are like the metric, kind of. And also, like, the prescription. Both. Somehow you have to stumble upon it. By the grace of God. By the grace of God, you have to stumble upon it somehow. Okay? And it's not up for anybody else to judge. Judge not, lest ye be judged. You don't know. You don't know where somebody's at in their walk, on their path. You don't know. You can guess, like, we could say, oh, but it's a metric. There's a metric. Like, if you're not loving your enemies, like, you're obviously on the wrong path. I mean, there is a metric, right? We can say that, but we can't, but it's not for them. It's about us. It's about looking internally at the speck that's in your eye. It's irritating you. It's that speck. It's small because you've been working on it a while, right? But still, the metric is for you. The metric isn't for saying, well, they're obviously not loving their enemies because they're dropping bombs on them. I mean, there is that. There is some obvious ones, but I think there's a lot of really less obvious ones in our life when we are judging, like, our literal actual sister in her crazy shenanigans and what she's doing. Like, when we're judging our actual, like, sister, like, oh, well, she's obviously on the path because she wears that outfit, right? Like, that's that kind of stuff too. And even the bomb dropping thing, like, we don't know where people are at. Like, God knows. Only God. Like, we don't even need to worry about that. There's so much to worry about our own selves that it's even pointless to worry about what president over there, who I'm likely never going to meet in my entire life, is doing. It's not about them. It's about our community, our individual, right here community. And it will spread throughout the whole earth, community by community, because it's logically the better thing to do. A church cut out without hands. Is that anarchy? It's anarchy, baby. It's anarchy. I knew it. I knew it. See how great I am? See how knowledge can lift us up in our own eyes? We have knowledge. We have more. I've logically a bit more knowledge about some very specific things than others. So it doesn't mean that I'm more valuable to the community. Like, how do I fit in? It could make me less valuable to the community. Not what the community wants, quite, is it? I'm not the hero you wanted, but I'm the hero you need, right? That's kind of a sad lament, too. My husband used to say that, and it was good and funny when he said that. Like, it was a good time. So now it's kind of a lament, a mourning, a coming to an end, you know. But also good to remember the good times. Also good to feel the sadness when you feel it. So here we are in the doings of our day, just preaching the gospel with every act. Do we just keep doing it until we die, endure to the end? We just keep doing it, no matter what. Just do the correct action. Just do the good thing. Just do the love thing. Act in love. One of the apostles said something good one time. The only time they've ever said anything good. They say some good stuff sometimes. But he said, man, is it even them saying it? Do they have people writing these talks? Is this really a testimony of the brother who I'm like referring to actually wrote the talks testimony? Or is this the actual apostle said it? I don't know. That would be interesting to find out. If the church would become transparent, that would be amazing. Transparency, I think, is kind of nice. Maybe necessary in the kingdom of God? Is that in the scriptures? Can we find that in the scriptures? Is transparency a thing? They talk, because they're not going to say the same words. That's the thing. You have to read the scriptures, like hearing your words, seeing your day and your time, and being like, okay, what words are they talking about? What are they actually talking about? Because language changes over the years. Words change their meanings sometimes. All those young people and their slang. Okay, go listen to some old English, you young person with your slang. Do you realize, like, it's somewhat of an unnatural situation that the language doesn't change? Well, it's natural because we have books. If we didn't have books and written down language, the language would just change, like, in a couple generations. You know, if you didn't have spelling lessons, your language will just change. Like, that's normal. Like, quit that. Quit that judgment. Just act in love. Just act in love. Unless you're saying it for fun, because that's in love. Prideless joy and laughter. I think that is prideless. When you have prideless laughter. They say loud laughter. Don't do the loud laughter. In the church, we're commanded to not have any loud laughter. There's solemn assemblies. Why doesn't God want us to be happy? I think it means prideful laughter. Loud laughter might indicate, like, what did they mean by that? They might mean prideful laughter, right? It might be like the great and spacious building kind of loud laughing, like, ah ha ha. Not just like having a raucous good time laughter where everyone's acting in love and joy. I think that maybe there's a difference and maybe it's indicated, but that one's not as indicated. Like, you just have to guess on that. I could be saying the most blasphemous thing in the world. How dare I not say exactly what the Bible says? Word for word. Like, really? I mean, if you want to read it, you should read it. You should read it as it is. The commentary on it's good, but also you have your own commentary. As you read it, you can comment. But words matter. What's in a name? What's in Jesus's name? What does it mean? And I think that reading it in the KJV is important for many reasons anyone could look up. but just get into it. Look up the reasons why it's important to read the KJV and to read it for yourself. Latins, Catholics, what the heck was that all about? I go to a sermon and it's all that. What? It's just words. It's just sounds. Like, this doesn't mean anything. This is nothing. This is nothing to anybody. This is vain repetitions or just sounds. This is just sitting here. Like, it's pretty. This smells good, but like, what the heck? What's going on? What does this mean to anyone? I think they got it a little wonky, but I think they're getting back on track. I think everyone's getting on track. That's the cool thing, is that the gospel literally is spreading throughout the world, despite the thwarting efforts of Satan. But here we go. And here I go. I don't want to be late. Oh, I'm definitely not late. I have a very important date and an appointment I have to attend of critical importance. And it really is. But I have 10 minutes. And Alanis Morissette says, I pray for pauses, or thank you for pauses. Oh my gosh. So good in that song. I think the song Her, that's a good song. Pauses in the day, the frantic day, going. Pauses are nice. So it's nice when somebody's late, or when you get the wrong time and show up a little early. That's nice, a little pause. You know, when somebody's late for like a meeting or something, and you can just take a pause. And you're grateful for that pause. And even if this meeting runs over and you have the next meeting, you know that person's also grateful for the pause. Because we are grateful for freaking pauses, tyrant. Nobody's grateful for that stressful stuff. Not even you and your timekeeping and like exactness. Are you happy with that? Because nobody's doing it right, right? If you can't beat them, join them. Because I have something to do after this. Do you? You have something to do right after this? They're counting on me. Are they? Are they grateful for pauses? Well, they're not, because they're just like me. Okay, well then just deal with people like you, I guess. You're just going to be unhappy in your life, I guess, because you have to deal with people like me. Like, you have to deal in the world. Like, I mean, sometimes you have to accept that things aren't going to go your way. And how do you deal with that? Well, you become grateful, right? You become grateful for the pauses. Jesus stuff, man. The Jesus stuff. So you have to do the gratitude for pauses in order to understand, like, what that actually means in your life. I mean, you can logically think about how that would benefit your life, and you can like adjust your actions to make it look like your life is benefited somehow, and like still be stressed out, but like also, yes. I don't know if that was Alanis's original idea. If it was genius. Like, oh, it's so good. Whoever's idea it was. Is it anybody's idea? We all take influence and inspiration from so many places. Like, who is the original idea master anyway? Is that what we call God? The original idea, the word. I don't know. Like, what did the ancient people mean by that? Likely not the first thing we thought of based on our cultural vantage point. They're not even in the same culture. Stop. We know this just on church history, that our church culture is radically different than the church culture of the 60s, okay? Than the church culture of the 1990s, okay? It's different. Better in some ways. Different in ways you would never have predicted as a young person in the 90s. You would never predict the church would be here. So it's a little unsettling in other ways, you know. I'm sure that's how it also felt for the people of the 60s, that it wasn't something that they would predict. And it was like, oh, that's unsettling. What's in a name? The church changed its name. I'm just annoyed with that because I kind of feel like it's more about focus groups and about like the church's like reputation on the planet. They're trying to like bring souls to Christ by like kind of making people not realize who we are because they already have a predisposed idea about who we are, and that's not fair. They need to know who we are in our own strengths. We need to start over. We need like a clean slate. We deserve a clean slate because we're the Church of God. We're the best, and we're the pinnacle of all creation. That's pride. That's pride. If you think you're the pinnacle, that's pride. If you think that, you're prideful, right? Because you can't be taught anything else. You already know everything. Unteachable. Do you think that you could ever in all eternity find out the generations where gods began to be? Do you think you can do that? You cannot. So stop. Stop thinking you're the pinnacle. You stop thinking you're the end. Stop thinking this is all there is. Oh, my goodness. It doesn't mean we go on. It's eternal progression. It doesn't mean like, oh, well, I can't figure that out, so I might as well just be here just happy with my primary answers. That's all I need. Yes, the primary answers are true and like they're there, but your understanding could deepen, couldn't it? Couldn't you like multiply your talents, you unprofitable servant? Jeez, you're warned about that stuff. Get it together, Ephraim. Ooey mooey. Here we go. Here we are, out here on the edge of evolution. Alanis. Oh my gosh, that song. Alanis is just so good. She draws from some good source material, that girl. That one. She's fun to listen to. All right. Well, yeah. Now I've been rambling even longer. It is now time. Tori and time. All right. If we get rid of the time thing, like we could have the time thing, maybe we could just do a looser time thing, like midday, morning, dark, right as it gets dark, right before it gets dark, evening, night. We could just go by like the calendar with just everyone has access to. And you don't need to do time zones anymore because you just have the calendar you have access to. If you want to trade with somebody else, you might be like, oh, that's interesting that it's actually darker. We probably wouldn't notice because you're on foot. I don't know. Maybe we could still have the big machines. That would be cool. But like, I just don't know how we could reasonably do that and still live on this planet lightly and touch on it lightly. We're kind of making a big gash. We're kind of gouging it up and like really digging it up, like physically like traumatizing the planet. If the planet were an animal, if the planet were a living organism, maybe made up of like mycelium, like structures, maybe that would be like the neurons of the planet. We're like destroying, like this planet has MS, this planet has a fungal infection, this planet has something wrong with it. It needs a cream, right? Crap, this planet might do some stuff like get a fever to try to get rid of the thing that's wrong, right? We're the thing that's wrong. We are the thing that's taking over. We're this giant monoculture. It's okay that we have this many of us likely because we can probably tone it down, like we can become symbiotic. But that should be our goal, is becoming symbiotic. And I think the Jesus stuff tends towards symbiosis more than other stuff. But maybe just I pointed out because the people doing the really yucky stuff to the planet are also Jesus believers. And so it's like, here's the thing, you're giant hypocrites. Stop that. You're ruining the whole thing for everyone. Like, we just need to stop that. Is that my ultimate goal? Is just like the health of the planet, the conscious experience that we have that we'd all like to continue maintaining if people stop mucking it up. By doing like too much. We're doing too much. Like nuclear bombs might really just be too much for this planet. Whatever we're doing with electricity may be a little awkward for the planet. It has its own electromagnetic fields and like everything's kind of like patterned after it. And like our electricity that we're doing like is cool for us, but it might be throwing everything else kind of off and they'd have to readapt. And since we're temporary anyway, us humans, so stupid, we're going into some dumb war that's going to get rid of the electricity anyway. It's not like electricity is permanent, so animals could just adapt to it. And the ones that have adapted to it now, like once it goes away, when we do our dumb war, then they'll just die. And so like we really just like, maybe just to be conscious of the planet, just say as like superhumans now, as whoa, we understand things now. We're not from the 50s anymore. We're dumb and idiots and just like, no, we'll just like tear up all these trees and put up all this stuff. Like, who cares? We'll just stomp on all these snakes. We don't need these. Just spray that DEET all over. We don't need that. We could just get rid of those. We don't need this. Nothing's in balance. We don't know what balance is. We're just us. We're us. We matter the most. Humans first. It's like, oh my gosh. Humans first. We're all connected. Duh. We're all connected. Like, you realize when you smash on that, step on that, gouge through this, like, it's going to affect you too. And here we are. Thanks a lot, 50s greatest generation. Stop. We are the greatest generation. We're fixing it. We're going to become symbiosis. We understand that now. We understand, but it's like they're just like little children, right? The last will be first, and the first will be last. Like the little children of the 50s. We're looking at them now as little children because they knew less than us. Isn't that the definition of a child? Is someone who knows so little about the world that they can't be trusted to like meddle in it yet. And that's like the people who were born in the 50s or the 60s, maybe. I think Gen X is like okay, but like definitely the 50s. Like, you all just did not know enough, and you refuse to learn now. Like, there are some of you that are learning though. That could be okay. Like, if you are willing to change, but I think some are just like, no. And I also think there are some things you just don't know. Like, there might be some things my generation just knows inherently just because we have more knowledge than you. That's just how it is. It's no offense to you. That's just how it went. Like, if you could live longer, and we truly wish that you could, but I'm sorry, you having to go soon. We would love to have you around much longer. I do enjoy the exercise of learning how to have more patience by dealing with Karens. However, maybe if we didn't have to have that level of patience because we just treat each other decently, that might be nice too. I'm just saying, we love you, but you've got to go. Like, you've got to go soon. Like, it's almost time. But I mean, then it just happens over and over again. There's people in my generation likely mucking it up too. I just think we have a different feel for things though. We have a different feel for how race relations go and like LGBTQ. We just have a different feel for how we're supposed to treat each other. You did give that to us. You gave that to us, but it's like when you push it. Oh, my husband had the best analogy. It's like you raising children. You're on the sled. You push them, and then you let go, and they like sail down the hill. Although I don't know now in hindsight, is that the best analogy for parenting? Some weird thing. You don't push them and then you're gone. Like, maybe you are, because then you're dead, and you push the next generation a little farther. You know, they're better than you. I want my kids to know more than me. I want them to be better than me. That's just what happens from generation to generation. They know more in a culturally advanced, technologically advanced culture, at least. Oh my gosh, I'm really going to be late now. Okay, but yes, your children shall lead you. Is that like a dire warning, or is that just an observation? Like, oh yeah, by the way, your children are going to lead you because obviously you're idiots. And the technology just advanced so much. Like, we just advanced so quick. The understanding and like the gospel of Jesus Christ just spread throughout the earth, and here we are. So yes, but where 2 and 3 are gathered in my name, there I shall be, right?